We are looking back on a year in which we've been more separated than ever. One would think that during a pandemic where we've been kept apart, technology would come to help us. Our primary communication tools would prove their worth and re-establish that humanly presence of our loved ones. But here I am feeling an ever increasing resistance towards my glowing screens. How does this correlate? We are all people of good intentions. We all want to reach out to our friends and family and listen to them and care for them, and yet I'm convinced that for each phone call we've wholeheartedly decided to make, there has been like 5 Netflix episodes watched and 10 hours of mindless social media consumption and 3 times the average of opening an app only to shamefully realize that you just closed this app seconds ago. The problem is not technology in itself. The problem is the design and the ease of accessibility. The flawed idea that you have to be accessible to your friends and family at all times of the day also makes you accessible to the companies who earn money off of your attention at all times of the day. So whilst you are kindly available for your friends and family to call, Facebook will notify you that you are potentially missing out on something completely different. And this notification will grab your attention because you were available to your technology. Reacting to a single notification may seem harmless, but these apps are designed to make you stay, with red numbers flashing and 5-second stories and just a never-ending stream of updates. And your brain is designed to recognize and repeat patterns, so eventually it begins to automatically open these notifications prior to you having decided whether or not that is a good idea, and that is powerful. I have felt the consequences of this behavior in my own life. I wake up to the sound of the alarm on my phone, I grab my phone, I turn off the alarm, and then I look at the notifications. I have been awake for 20 seconds and I'm already surrendering to what my phone wants me to do rather than what I want to do. This behavior continues throughout the day and keeps pushing back the things I deem important. And this elevates my stress levels. And I work poorly from a stressed out state, so I'm trying to relax by making a good cup of coffee and casually checking my phone whilst drinking the coffee. And at this point I'm beginning to slowly rescheduling my day because I'm already behind an hour, but I could probably manage to get in like 2 hours of piano practice if I just skipped exercising today. But of course one should not deprioritize physical health or mental health, and on that note I should probably also call my family today, but that would drastically postpone my bedtime, and then I'll be too tired tomorrow, which would be detrimental because I'm already behind on tasks, and on and on and on, and I feel miserable. I have tried a lot of things: disabling all notifications, unsubscribing to all pages and email services, disabling news feeds, deleting apps, planning phone not allowed time blocks, and I've tried buying an actual alarm clock instead of using my phone, and I've tried downloading fancy apps which block certain features. And while some of these approaches have worked to some extent, none of them has really fixed the issue of combining healthy screen habits with constant accessibility. And that's why I have decided to become inaccessible. From 9 p.m. till 3 p.m. you cannot reach me. During these 18 hours I won't respond. I won't even know if there's anything to respond to. I'm taking back control over my sleep, I'm taking back control over my work, and I'm taking back control over my own happiness. If you want to reach me, it happens within the 6-hour window from 3 p.m. till 9 p.m. And even then you won't find me on social media sites like Facebook or Instagram or TikTok or Snapchat or whatever. The only social media sites I'll be using are Gmail, YouTube and Messenger. My Gmail has a very low flow of information because I've unsubscribed to everything, and YouTube is something I truly enjoy, and Messenger is just, it's really convenient. If you think this is a very extreme intervention, or that I'm just jumping on some kind of hype train here, consider what value this uninterrupted time stretch could bring to your life. what you could achieve, and which thoughts would show up when your brains don't get constantly interrupted. Here's what I think will happen in my case and what I have experienced happening to me over the past 2 weeks of doing this. If I turn off my screens at 9 p.m, then there's nothing shiny to keep me postponing my bedtime. Then from 10 p.m. till 6 a.m. I get 8 hours of quality sleep and become well rested. When I then wake up, I still have 9 hours of full intent where I can work uninterrupted on any of the things I enjoy. The first 3 hours being one long piano practice session before breakfast in hopes of making it into conservatory by 2022. This is followed up by a 30-minute saxophone practice and a 30-minute guitar practice. And this in total caps my 4 hours of deliberate practice, and I can now ease up on the focus and begin being creative instead. This is where I would write music, make looping videos, exercise, or add to my vlog documentary where I document my attempt to become a musician. Like many others, I have set some intentions for 2021. They're not much different than those of 2020, but the way I'll go about achieving them is most definitely different. So instead of allowing myself to work all day and taking unnecessary elongated breaks, also known as procrastination, I now have 9 hours of no excuses to work and free myself from the stress of having procrastinated all day. I've grown tired of the feeling of not having enough hours in the day. It's been an ever reoccurring theme in this vlog series that I've been too behind in terms of musical skill to do anything besides getting better. And I don't want to accept this as fact. I don't want this to be the truth that I'm sharing on this channel, because it simply isn't true. A day has 24 hours and it always will. I can either keep procrastinating and whine about it, or I can do something about it and enjoy this life that I have been gifted. I will see you tomorrow at 3 p.m. Thank you so much for watching.